Hello everyone, Palinzar here from Panda Corporation, and today I'm going to be doing my playthrough of Pokemon FireRed. Now, Pokemon is a game series that I've been playing for, honestly, most of my life, and I would probably have to say it's my most played game series of any kind of an offline game. But alright, let's get right into it. So, for my starter, I chose Charmander, which I have lovingly named Dynamite. And so this first battle against Gary is pretty much a wash either way. It's purely luck based on whether your stats are halfway decent, his are halfway decent, and whether he uses Growl like a bitch. Although Squirrel has Tail Whip, so we're completely safe. So barring any crits, we should get the Breed win and level up to level 6 here. But I'm probably going to be playing a bit more of an oddball team for the most part. So if you have any requests on anything that you don't see a lot of people use in games, let me know in the comments, or I'll get credit. As I said, completely a wash. Oak pays for my loss. It's no big deal. It's annoying, but whatever. Gary's a douche. Nothing new. So blah 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 tells you to strengthen your Pokemon. Bitch, my Pokemon are strong enough as it is. So now we go up to Vermillion City to pick up Oak's parcel. Now, while it's never actually said what Oak's parcel is, my theory has always been that it's actually the Master Ball. And the same Master Ball that he gives you later on. But whether that's true or not, I really don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the free potion here as kind of a safety precaution for the early game, where you don't have much money, because I'm going to try and avoid unnecessary death as much as possible, because it's a pain to white out and lose all your money. Well, some of your money, whatever. And so, because Charmander has such a difficult time against Brock, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to end up catching probably a Nidoran or maybe a Mankey, and that's just going to be to be able to beat Brock and move on, but it probably will not be a permanent addition to the team. But it's just Charmander, even when you evolve to Charmeleon, really struggles on Brock, because nothing you can learn early on has any effectiveness whatsoever. And so it's kind of like smashing your dick into a brick wall and it breaks. So we're going to go ahead and stop by the Pokemon Center here, heal up. I'm going to mess with my options real fast and switch the text speed to something reasonable. So for the most part, I'll probably skip past most text unless it's really important, because obviously the advent of Pokemon games has been and always will be the battling for the most part, with small bits of storyline thrown in. So go ahead and pick up Oak's parcel and head back to Pallet Town. Now chances are I'll probably run away from most wild battles, unless I'm trying to catch something up, purely because they take a lot of extra time and there is an abundance of trainers in FireRed, plus the Versus Seeker if I really feel I need extra training. But for the most part, I'll be going through most of the gems in the Elite Four with the minimal amount of grinding, because I truly enjoy just smashing my face into a gem as soon as I get there, and just seeing what happens and taking it for the best. Let's go ahead, we'll drop off Oak's parcel. Our good friend Earl will come and have another little bitch fit about getting called. Pick up our Pokedexes, and we'll start heading back to the Viridian Forest. Now, I probably will not be fighting most of the optional trainers throughout the game. I'll probably just pick and choose as I need experience. But that's subject to change, and I very well may fight them all. If you guys really want me to fight them all, leave a comment below and let me know, and I will gladly adjust my play to account for that. So now we're gonna head back to Viridian Forest, where we will fight some trainers and continue to move on. We'll take a quick pit stop here at Route 2 once we get to Viridian, so that we can pick up our fighting type Pokemon, which I'm still not sure what it's going to be. It might honestly depend on what I run into first. So this is, at least my personal first video. My girlfriend Red has already been uploading a series of playthrough videos for Eve already, so if you guys would feel free to check those out. If you like them, leave a like or a comment and subscribe to the channel. We're always looking for any kind of constructive feedback to make the experience better for you guys. But alright. Stopped at the Pokemon Center, even though there was honestly no need, but it's force of habit when I get into town. I don't remember if we got Pokeballs. We did get Pokeballs, okay. So let's go ahead and let's catch our fighting type here on Route 22. This is not a fighting type. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kill one more thing, maybe two, because I want to go ahead and hit level 6 and make up for the fact that I did not win the Gary fight, and that way my experience should line up around about where I'd like it to be coming out of the forest. Alright, looks like I'll have to fight another one, in addition to whatever I catch. So circle around here, Mankey, level 2. That's gonna be a pain. Let's just kill that and look for a higher level one. I don't want to waste a ton of time with whatever I catch with the fact that it's not going to be permanent. It's just better to invest our time in things that are going to actually be part of our permanent team. Now, ironically, when I was a child, I always had to have Charmander as my starter. And because I didn't always think this through very well, I was pretty much convinced that I had to use my Charmander to kill Brock, and that oftentimes costed me because I never thought of catching a fighting type or even like taking a Caterpie to a Butterfree. It was always just, let's just power grind my Charmander in the forest until I get to a point where I can somehow manage to wiggle through Brock. Only to then get your face smashed again by Misty. Charmander really has it rough in the early game, but except with, well, I say probably him and Blastoise are about equal on like overall effectiveness in the mid to late game, but Charmander's early game is easily the most ass, and it serves to get screwed over really hard. That's why for people that speedrun Pokemon games, Charmander is a no-go. In fact, I've only ever seen the game run using water-type starters for just about every generation except for Gen 5, in which I think the Fire-type Pokemon is actually used. Okay, so we got our Mankey. We're not going to bother nicknaming it because it's simply just for the first gem. So now we're going to go back, heal it up, and start making our way through the forest, utilizing primarily switch training for the first little bit to catch it up. So go ahead, we'll heal. We'll run into the old man who will give us the TGTV, which we won't honestly be using, but unfortunately there's no way to get around him giving it to you. Alright, so here the old man stops us. First he's going to show us how to catch a Pokemon. Now for those of you that didn't know, although this is relatively common knowledge at this point, back in the original red and blue versions, there was actually a glitch called the Old Man Glitch. And if you were able to, you started this fight, and then you flew to Cinnabar Island and went to the shore. And because this fight, because of the way things were saved in hexadecimal back then, there was no technical data for this part, necessarily. And so it really fucks over the game, and it allows you to encounter Missingo, or Missing Number, as it's otherwise known. And you can catch it, and it does a lot of strange things to your inventory. It can mess with your screen graphics. Contrary to popular belief, it cannot in any way corrupt your save data. But it's a really cool glitch that I really enjoyed as a child, once I finally figured out how to do it. Alright, so we're here in the forest. We're gonna probably pick up most of the optional items here because they're pretty handy. Now, for those of you that have played X and Y, if you haven't noticed, Vermillion Forest, which is the forest right after the opening town in that game as well, is actually a carbon copy of Viridian Forest, down to every last tile in the layout, which I thought was a really cool homage to Gen 1, which in my opinion to this day is probably one of, if not the best generations, in both its original form and its remakes. I have a lot of fond memories of Gen 1. Alright, this guy's got 2 Pokemon. We're gonna go ahead and fight him because we need the experience. 1, so that we can pick up Ember and make the rest of the forest trivial as all hell. But 2, because our Mankey needs experience as well. Nice, we got the critical, so we were able to 3-hit instead of 4. Now we're level 7 and we have Ember, and suddenly the rest of the forest is meaningless. And should die in primarily 1 hit. So now we're going to send out our Mankey. Now we're gonna try and kill it just with Mankey, but if we get low we will switch to Charmander and just finish it off, because we want to maximize our time spent here. Nice, we got a critical. That'll speed things up. Now hopefully this Caterpie will just spam String Shot, and we won't take any damage, which will be nice, because then we can try and kill another one. But it looks like it's not going to do that. It's going to tackle us. That's fine. We got another critical. And it's spamming String Shot again, so we're going to be able to kill this. Alright. Got that down. 7 experience for Mankey. Now we only need to level Mankey to the point that he learns Karate Chop or Double Kick. I can't remember which he learns first in this generation, but either one works. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to fight this guy as well. We're going to put Mankey in the front this time, so that he can get experience off of the first Pokemon as well. Which is a good thing, because this guy has 3. Now again, we're gonna try and kill this with just Mankey, but if it starts the Poison Sting, we will have to switch this time. Poison Sting. And we got poisoned. Yes, we now have to switch. And probably blow our potion in order to keep Mankey from dying to the poison as we walk. So we'll go ahead and we'll switch to Dynamite. And we'll simply switch in and out in between these Weedles. And I'm not a smart man and forgot to use Ember. So this is gonna take an extra turn, but that's okay. As long as Dynamite doesn't get poisoned too, we'll be alright. Mankey level 5. back in Dynamite. Continue to let our Mankey leech the experience. Alright, that Weedle's down. And we just got one more to go. Dynamite will pick up another set of experience. We'll switch back into Mankey so that he can leech one more time. Thankfully the Kakuna's pretty free because while it knows Tackle, it mostly likes to spam Harden. Which I guess makes sense because in a very strange way, Kakuna and Metapod are almost like penises. And we all know penises like Harden. But that's beside the point. We got the crit, which means we have one shot. And with that, Mankey grows to level 6. And low kick. A couple more levels, but we can now easily deal with Brock. But alright, with that bug catcher down, I'm now out of time for this video, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and wrap this up here. Thank you everyone for watching. If you guys could leave a comment, like, and subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys, and Palinzar out.